as of now, I can't do any official powerlifting movements. I can be out 3 to 6 months. Hey guys, it's your girl Imani Samone, aka Muscle Mani, and you're watching Disney Channel. Okay y'all, so today is January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year all. By the time you guys will be seeing this, or by the time this video is gonna go up, oh, someone's pulling in the parking lot, hold on. By the time this video is going to go up, it's going to be most likely the 2nd, so tomorrow. So you guys won't be seeing this on New Year's Day. But yeah, so I came up here, slightly different video, sit down video with y'all today. I'm coming with some disappointing news. So if you've watched a couple of my other videos, specifically my benching videos, you may have heard me mention that I have a prior shoulder injury. Literally from like a decade ago, I fell on it, and ever since it's been bothering me on and off. Even when I played sports in high school, it would bother me, yada yada. So I just had to kind of play it by ear. I had gotten a couple x-rays. Of course, my x-rays never showed anything because I believe it's more like a rotator cuff tear type of situation. And I don't think it's anything with my bones. It's more so like the deeper tissues and the tendons and all that good stuff. So I know I need an MRI, but I never got one. But recently my shoulder got particularly worse. So the last time I trained, maybe was about 3-4 weeks ago. That's already a big yikes. So I knew this was gonna come to bite me back in the butt at some point extra hard. Not only because A, I'm lifting and lifting heavy, but B, I'm also tapping into the powerlifting. So oh, speaking of, this is episode 9 of the My Powerlifting Era series, and although I'm not lifting in this video, this still applies to my powerlifting era. But yeah, long story short, funny enough, I think my shoulder got tremendously worse tremendously fast from squats, actually, not benching. So basically, and I don't know, I guess I've been tweaking my form lately, because when I would do squats with a plate, my shoulders weren't hurting. I would do like either back squats or have it kind of like have the bar kind of slightly sit on my shoulders. It didn't really bother me up until like maybe for a couple sessions now. I've noticed my shoulder hurting a lot, and I think it's because of the way the bar was sitting on my body. I think I didn't have it low enough on my back, like more back squattish. I think I had it sitting right on my shoulders, which is fine probably for most people, but for someone with an injury like mine, it literally made it a lot worse. It doesn't help that it would hurt like right after I put the bar down. I literally would have to slowly release my tension from under the bar because it hurt so much. And yeah, all of a sudden that night when I got home, I realized, okay, like, yes, my shoulder bothers me on and off, and it's been doing so for 10 years, but it never like lingers like it now is. So I'm like, yeah, now I officially need to pretty much cut the lifting, at least any lifting that heavily involves my shoulder, until I get my shoulder looked at again. So I scheduled an appointment with a specialist. That appointment though is not until January 20th though, so that is another almost 3 weeks. Okay, so in the meantime, that means no benching. No, I'm gonna do some back work. I'm just gonna try to be careful. I'm just gonna try to avoid certain exercises because I just cannot see not training nothing but just legs. Like I can't. But I also want to be smart, because you're gonna F around and find out like, oh, okay, I'm still gonna gym. Now you out the gym extra long because you was being stupid. So I'm gonna try not to be stupid, but I do still want to be able to lift. So like I said, I'm just gonna avoid certain movements, like lat pull downs are officially out. Benching, of course, obviously out. Really pretty much any chest push day, I really don't think I can do any push movements. Maybe some tricep, maybe some cable work, which I don't know, honestly. Back I can probably get away with, like I said, avoid certain exercises, and then legs I can obviously do, except for squats. I can probably just do hack squats in the meantime. But I'm really irritated because literally as of now I can't do any official powerlifting movements. Okay, I even thought, hey, maybe I could start deadlifting again, and that can be okay, even though I knew probably not. But then when I was looking stuff up, I was like, hey, you know, could you probably do deadlifts with a shoulder injury? They were like, yeah, deadlifts are completely out the question. I said, oh, okay. Oh my gosh, my shoulder's hurting kind of now, because they were like, when you do deadlifts, it's pretty much like yanking your shoulder out of the socket. I said, oh yeah, so I officially can't do any powerlifting moves. So I'm very much sad about that. This is an enormous obstacle in my journey. I'm not gonna lie, when I looked more into it the other night, it became more of a reality of what my reality is about to be. Long story short, if I do end up having to get surgery on this, yeah, I can be out 3 to 6 months. And I'm not gonna lie, I started crying when I was reading up on that, because it's really that serious. And of course, you know, everybody says don't Google stuff, you're da, da, da. Yeah, but I'm like researching what's likely to happen with that type of, you know, surgery and things like that. We all know recovery can be a process, or is a process. So I would say I'm gonna try not to stress too much in the meantime, but I'm stressing in the meantime, because like I said, I can't, literally am not going to be able to do any movements. So I'm just going to have to be that much more intentional with all my other movements in the meantime to make sure I'm still not only maintaining strength that will still translate to those movements when I can do them again, but also so I can still gain strength in the meantime, because that's still important to me. Aesthetics, yes, and strength. Those are both important to me, although when I first started lifting, it was more so aesthetics. I just don't understand, out of all parking spaces, why people are parking right next to me in this empty parking lot. Yeah, hey, it is what it is. I know that when this is all said and done, I'm gonna come back even stronger. And yeah, it's just all a part of the journey. It's just kind of, you know, interesting for me because this was a prior injury that got worse and not necessarily a recently sustained injury. So, but it is what it is, y'all. We're still going to be hitting that gym, still lifting heavy. I did weigh myself this morning with my body composition scale. I actually linked that down below for y'all, because if you're trying to keep track of your numbers and stuff, you need a body composition scale or some type of smart scale, because just looking at one number does nothing for you. I'm going to give you a case in point. And as I do that, I'm going to put my numbers up here. I want to, you know, make sure I get my numbers first day of the year so I can accurately track everything nice and perfectly. I'm gonna give you something to think about. So exactly 1 month ago on December 1st, I weighed myself. I was about 128.6 pounds, I believe, which was lighter than what I thought I was. I thought I was maintaining like 135-ish, and I was not. And I feel like it's because of OxyShred, not gonna lie to you. And I just think I probably was doing a lot more cardio than I realized, even though I don't do that much cardio, but I guess it was enough, you know, paired with the OxyShred. But anyway, but I would tell you something. When I weighed myself today, I weighed like 133 something. And so in a month's time, I gained 4 pounds. Now, say if you just were to look at that on the scale, depending on your goals, you would probably be like, oh my gosh, I gained 4 pounds. Like, oh my gosh, nothing's working. Like, I'm not losing weight. Why am I not losing weight? Things like that. And you know, that usually makes people like want to quit. And this is exactly why that stuff does not translate. If you look deep into the numbers, I only gained 0.7% body fat, okay? And the rest was pretty much muscle. Now, some of that, I don't think that was all recently, like, newly, purely gained muscle. I think some of that was probably muscle I had lost when I lost some of these pounds unexpectedly. But either way, that goes to say, don't weigh yourself and then weigh yourself again. And just because you see the numbers higher, don't think it's because you're necessarily getting bigger. Like, it might just be muscle. It might just be extra water. Like, our bodies are so complex. There's so many things that could alter the number on the scale. And that's why I think it's very important that when you start with your New Year's resolutions and yada, 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 that you get a smart scale, not a regular scale. Because if you get a regular scale and start weighing yourself all the time and you see that number going up or never going down or whatever it is, usually that type of thing is going to discourage you and make you cut your resolutions before it even really started. So I just say all that to say, get you a smart scale. Like I said, I'll link the one I use down below. Yeah, so anyway, it's pretty much wraps up this video. I just really wanted to come up here and sit down and talk to you guys about what's going on. Obviously, because I've made in my Powerlifting Era a series, and like I said, this is very well applying to my powerlifting journey, so it only seemed right to also update you guys on that. So yeah, it is now 10:42. I'm about to go home and do what I gotta do. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, for more content. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Comment something down below, words of encouragement, whatever, something good, something positive, nothing weird. I've been attracting a lot of weirdness lately on my videos, so let's try to refrain from that, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.